Hello there.
White America, assassinate my character.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to another Pluribus reaction today, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elie Moses, a 25-year-old law and film student in Sydney, Australia. Absolutely shitty show, and today we have an early drop of Pluribus this week. It's coming out on a Wednesday instead of a Friday, and I believe the next episode comes out on the 5th of December, so I guess we're back to the Friday sort of releases, and I'm guessing the Wednesday release for this week is maybe because Stranger Things releases tomorrow on the Thursday, and maybe they don't want Pluribus episode 5 to get caught up in the Stranger Things hype. I'm guessing that's the reason why. Or it could be just a, maybe I heard the first 5 episodes were actually released to, those who get early access to sort of, shows and stuff like that. We're not there yet. We haven't reached that status yet, but I do know that the first 5 episodes of Pluribus were screened to those critics that get early access to certain things from Apple TV. So yeah, maybe it's just because the 5 episodes were screened to those individuals who get that type of early access, and that's why episode 5 was aired earlier than the Friday release day. Who knows? But here we are anyway to react to episode 5. This one is titled Got Milk. We're gonna get into the reaction. We're gonna have some fun with this thing, and as always, baby, let's absolutely smash it. Let's go. I'm guessing they're the sheets. Zoa's bed. Oh, Zosha's bed. Why am I saying Zoa? Oh, maybe not Zosha. Maybe someone else first. Again, a lot of blues and yellows in this show. A lot of blues and yellows. That guy right there. There's Zosha. That guy was wearing yellow socks.
Hello?
How dare you make my son cry?
Lakshmi?
You made everyone cry, and you gave your chaperone a heart attack. What is wrong with you?
First of all, I don't have a chaperone, so stop calling her that. Second of all, Zosha's going to be fine. Thank you for asking. And third of
Why
all...
do you do such things? Are you mentally unsound?
Third of all... Lakshmi, I think that there might be a way to fix it.
You do not ever make my son cry again.
Oh man, them Indian swear words were gonna start coming out. She was gonna start calling her Ben Chord all over again.
If Miss Sunshine asks for my phone number again, you tell her to pound sand.
They aren't too happy with Carol at the moment.
She's gonna be fine.
Damn. All the hive mind giving Carol a little bit of attitude this time. Took it too far. I'm telling you, the amount of planning that would go into something like this. Nearly every episode has the hive mind in action with dozens, if not hundreds of extras. Well, it seems like there's a mass exodus from the hospital. A little excursion, maybe? I'm not sure. Not the time lapse. We just need David Attenborough narrating that. Welcome to Carol's planet. Like I said, maybe Carol overstepped her boundaries with the hive mind. She doesn't have as much leverage as she thinks she does anymore. They've put her in a timeout.
The tone, you can leave a message to request anything you might need. We'll do our best to provide it.
Damn, we'll do our best.
Our feelings for you haven't changed, Carol. But after everything that's happened, we just need
a little space. Damn. Listen, we had a great relationship. Everything seems to be going fine. I just need to find myself at the moment. I just need a little bit of space from you. That's what happened to Carol right now. It was all too much too soon. Hey, even the hive mind has feelings, man. This show is going to be one massive exploration of the human condition, man. Like, straight away. Like, I don't think it has anything to do, like, from what you guys said in the comment section, Vince Gilligan had this idea for a while. So it's got nothing to do with AI and anything today. I think it's just exploration of the human condition, our feelings, and how we interact with one another. She about to yell out one big scream, isn't she? Okay, no.
Kidding me?
No, she was like hyperventilating. I thought she was about to link it.
Fine.
Okay, maybe she did yell, so.
Fuck you!
I'm recording this straight after work. I just got back from work. This episode usually comes out around 1 o'clock here in Australia in the afternoon, on Fridays, and obviously today 1 o'clock. But I finished work today at I finished work at 4 usually, so just got home, gonna record it and edit it, and hopefully smash it out for you guys as soon as I can. Hopefully get it up still early on Elie time. We're gonna rack focus in on the camera, aren't we? Yep, there we go.
To my 12 fellow survivors, greetings. I'm Carol Sturka. Some of you know me. Some of you I've yet to meet. But
This is PR Carol.
if you're still one of us,
This is author Carol.
then this message is for you. That everybody suddenly burst into tears. Worldwide, apparently. Which I know upset at least one of you. And then after that,
Yep, because she
they
phone called you.
completely abandoned the city I live in. Enjoy that opinion. Relish it. Because it may be the last one you ever possess. And when the day comes that you have peace and love forced upon you, who knows, maybe in that last fleeting moment, you might just realize you treasured your individuality.
Hello, Carol. This is a recording. At the tone, you can leave a message to request anything you might need.
It's Carol. I've made a video. You're not going to like it. However, I
Why
want
say
you
that?
to make 12 copies and distribute them to all of the other people like me. And for those that don't speak English, I want you to subtitle what I say word for word. I certainly can't force you to do this. However, you doing it would please me. And I know you're into that. And conversely, if you don't do it, I can't be held responsible for the biblically shitty mood in which I will no doubt find myself.
Biblically.
So,
You said
I'm gonna
biblically
leave it
shitty mood.
outside on the curb by a rock. And I'll stay far, far away. Because God knows you need your space.
But who knows how long they need that space for? Their timing might be different. And it might not be the Amazon same second delivery Carol's used to. Rocking up, in an instant. Their space may be days, weeks, months, years. Oh no, they actually brought a drone. That is crazy. When they meant space, we don't want to see you at all. So we are sending a drone. They can't bear to look at her. That is so hilarious. I don't know why, it's just hilarious.
Hello, Carol. This is a recording. At the tone, you can leave a message to request.
I was literally about to say she should just put it on speaker and leave it there.
I need my trash picked up.
I'm wondering why she hasn't even tried to say it. Listen, can we work things out? Or, something along the lines of that. She's just still instructing them. She needs her space away from them too. Oh, maybe things have changed. The drone can't pick up the trash. It's too much.
Please remove all bags from the bin and place them on the curb a minimum of 2 feet apart. Thank you.
There's no eye contact allowed. The drone has weight limits. They're about to send like 17 drones. Now the thing is, can the drone do it? Oh. That drone fighting for its life. Hey, listen. Out of all the hive mind, there isn't a drone pilot in the world that could pilot that thing accordingly and not get it stuck in the telegraph pole. Now Carol using this time apart to her advantage to do a little bit of investigating. They went on an excursion. They dipped from the city. Mass exile. Straight out of the book of Exodus. And then, you know, Carol using that to her advantage to investigate the milk factory. She needs some milk.
Greetings, fellow survivors. Carol Sturka here with an update. Here where I live, Albuquerque, New Mexico, they drink this like it's going out of style. These are little milk cartons, the kind we give children in elementary schools, back when we had elementary schools, and children. And as you can see, they seem to come in all kinds of flavors, plain, chocolate, strawberry, so on. But the thing is, it's not milk in any of them. It is this one strange liquid.
Kind of look like apple juice.
Whatever that is. And then the resulting liquid is all they seem to consume. Look around where you live. I'll bet they are manufacturing this in every city in the world. Everywhere there's a spare dairy or a bottling factory.
The only guy that I can see caring about that is the guy in Paraguay or Uruguay, the one we saw at the start of last episode, because he seems to be living in solidarity just like Carol. The other members, I believe, that we saw in episode 2 all had families. So I think they couldn't give a crap about what Carol's saying at the moment. Potentially. That's just my thoughts. Diabate is probably around with, you know, all the girls doing his thing and taking advantage of the situation. But I feel like, yeah, all the others seem to be taking advantage of the situation, just like, you know, the Indian lady said at the beginning of the episode. So I think the only one that may seem to be interested is the guy that we saw in solitary confinement from Paraguay at the start of last episode.
Maybe where you are, it doesn't come in a carton, it comes in a can. But either way, it's this. So what is this? What does it do to them when they drink it? Could it be that this is how they're all staying connected?
I love how she's trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And it could be nothing. It could be nothing.
It does not smell like anything.
This couldn't mean anything. Possibly.
But it's got this weird texture. Anybody listening out there? Huh? How about it, E12? Any response? Are you even getting these? Because how the fuck would I know?
Damn. The retake.
Greetings, fellow survivors. Carol Sturka here with an update.
She wasn't happy with that cut. Who knows how many takes it took. Yo, they should. Hey, listen. Okay, it is one collective hive mind flying that thing, but surely they would have sacked the guy that, you know, tangled it around a pole. The wolves are back. Or coyotes? Wolves, right? Oh, Helen's grave.
Get away from there!
You reckon?
Hey!
You reckon they're acting this way because there is no food out there? Because I remember they've collectively, like, sort of... Did the hive mind sort of collect all the resources around from the earth? No, they didn't. Like, is food really scarce? That's why they're going to Helen's grave? Or is there some sort of connection with the wolves to the hive mind? I don't think so. I think they're just acting like that because of the smell, or they sense... Obviously, they sense that there's food there, or like a body to, you know, feast on, but... I wonder if it has anything to do with, like, there being completely no food out in the wild, because...
Won't you fucking come loose?
You're gonna ram the car through... Yep.
Son of a bitch.
You didn't see the release button at night. Well, at least now she knows. Man, that car was on all night. Or who knows what early hours of the morning she... Hey,
Son of a bitch.
progress made this episode. Progress made so far. We got the handcuffs off. You know, from what we're seeing this episode, those, you know, those facilities from the hive mind are still available to Carol, but probably, you know, not at the most efficient, not at its most optimum at the moment, you know, because of the drones. But they just need their personal space, man. Their feelings were hurt a little too much. He took it too far with what happened to Zosha. Stones for Helen's grave. Working class girl. I actually got a question for you guys. What do you guys actually think of the show so far? Because I reckon a lot of people potentially may have checked out by now from this season because of, you know, how slowly things are moving and how, you know, things have progressed. But, you know, going off Better Call Saul season 1, a lot of people told me that, you know, that was a slow burn and it took a while to get going. But I really enjoyed Better Call Saul for the entirety of the series. And I'm enjoying, you know, the slow methodical pacing of this series as well. And Carol, sorry, continuing to do, you know, her digging around each episode, finding out a little bit more each episode. You know, we're not blowing the load in one episode in terms of finding out about what's happening with the hive mind. Because if you think about it, there is not much to learn at the moment from Carol's perspective, besides what happened with the milk this episode, and, you know, what the hive mind potentially drinking. They've gone away. They had their space, and look what happens when she questioned them. So I feel like this is the very first moment in the show where Carol gets proper time to grieve for Helen because of what's happened. So this space that, you know, this time off, you know, this sort of breakup, you could say, that happened this episode, I feel like is both good for the Hive and both good for Carol. It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Hey, lucky she asked him. Lucky they restocked the supermarket. That seems to be the right packaging. She's on a mission this episode. She's going all around the joint. Like I said, using this timeout to her advantage. She's working on herself. She's also working on the world. That's got to be something dead, right? That's got to be something dead. Far out. They're not ending the episode there. They are ending the episode there. Damn, she did not like the sight of that. That is one cliffhanger to end the episode on, with you know, Carol investigating and digging a little deeper this episode, and at the end going into that sort of massive cooling room. And obviously we saw the vegetation, we saw, you know, the vegetables, the fruits, and, you know, whatever's being stored and cooled there. But she clearly found something else at the end, and I wonder what that is. Is it human? Is it something else? Is it alive? I'm guessing it's not alive if it's in there, if it's being stored. But yeah, one big revelation potentially at the end of this episode leading into the next. And that's how you continue to hook people at the end of episode 5 with Pluribus, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said at the, you know, sort of 3/4 way mark in this reaction, I wonder what you guys think of this series so far, because I had a friend who told me, I think in episode 3 or 4, that they thought that episode, I think it was episode 3, that they thought it was just okay. It was a bit too slow and they weren't enjoying it. But I'm really enjoying the heck out of this show. I'm enjoying the ride, you know, Vince Gilligan is taking me on at the moment. You know, we haven't hit the drop on the roller coaster yet. We haven't hit the drop on the roller coaster yet. We are slowly climbing our way up, and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love the anticipation. I love how this show's filmed. I think, you know, from a cinematography standpoint, it's technically brilliant. Vince Gilligan style. It's trademark Vince Gilligan. I think it's Ray Seahorn. I think she's fantastic in the series, and I think she can carry a series on her own. I think her performance is great. And like I said, I'm enjoying the ride Vince is taking us on, and yeah, I enjoy it. And you know, that sort of room right there reminding me, I know Vince Gilligan came on later on in the X-Files, but you know, that big storage facility reminded me of the X-Files. If you know, you know. There's a certain storage facility in the Pentagon, in the X-Files, which is very similar, and there are secrets to be discovered in that facility and in this one here as well. But yeah, I enjoyed that episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been your boy Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace. I just want to echo a few thoughts at the end of my reaction here from this episode. I paused it and I'm like, you know what? I need to say a few more things about that episode, because that episode I think was really well crafted in terms of like the mini journey this episode takes you on, and Carol doing her investigation. And I love how when she's doing her investigation throughout the entire episode, besides her recording her findings, you know, to the other 12 survivors, whenever she's doing her investigation, it's done in complete silence. And I just love that. You know, usually sometimes when you see in movies and TV shows, when people do their investigations, they're always like reading it aloud to the audience. It's like, bro, I know what you're doing. Like, show, don't tell. And this is the prime example of showing and not telling, with Carol doing her investigation the way she did. I don't know, it's just very human. Like, it's just very natural the way she did her investigation very quietly in this episode, and the process of her going through everything. Now, again, that reaction at the end, I'm guessing it, with her gasping that way, I reckon it is some form of human bodies. Now, it could be maybe human bones, or like, because what we've seen this episode is they're breaking down or consuming sort of certain nutrient. I don't know. They said in an episode, like, they don't eat meat. I think it was in episode 2 when they were having that sort of dining session together with all the other 12 survivors. They don't eat meat and they don't harm things. So maybe they're sort of like draining all the nutrients possibly from human bodies. And maybe it is bones. So instead of letting the human bodies go to waste, they are probably sort of, yeah, draining every ounce of nutrients from the human body, and hence that's why they are using the multiple factories in Albuquerque and possibly across the world. Maybe it's something along the lines of that, and maybe that was kind of foreshadowed with the coyotes or wolves this episode, with them trying to dig up and, you know, dig up the bones of Helen. But you know, the coyotes, you know, or the wolves, I don't see them, you know, they're just doing what they need to do to survive. So obviously, in, you know, from Carol's standpoint, she obviously what's the word here? I'm thinking of the word on the tip of my tongue and I can't remember. She despises them because it is Helen's grave, and you know, she would do anything to protect Helen, even, you know, after her passing. And I love that, and I love how she sort of fortified her grave, and then, you know, added that sort of little touch at the end with the painting too. But yeah, it's a testament to Carol and, you know, Helen's connection and their relationship. But maybe it's a little bit of foreshadowing the coyotes trying to dig up the bones and, you know, eat of the bones, or sort of, you know, find any source of nutrients from Helen's body. Maybe that's foreshadowing what what Carol potentially saw at the end of the episode, being human bones, or decomposed human bodies, yeah, with their nutrients being sucked completely or drained out completely, or yeah, it possibly may be that. It possibly may be that. Who knows? And it gets you thinking of the hive mind, the way they are operating, and yeah, there's a lot of moral questions posed in this series in terms of like how the hive mind operate, how Helen's operating, and just, you know, the thought process from both sides. So yeah, it is great stuff, and even the way sort of the other 12 survivors are sort of interacting, and, you know, the way they talk. And it's funny, I think last episode as well, the guy in Paraguay was only eating canned dog food or canned cat food, and this episode, the sort of packaging that Carol was, you know, the cat that Carol discovered the barcode was from the dog food bags, and, you know, that led her to the factory that, you know, manufactures that, and yeah, that was. And also, you know, she was she was investigating the warehouse at the end, and, you know, the cooling room, or you know, the cooling warehouse, and, you know, the guy in Paraguay as well before last episode wasn't having any of it. He wasn't eating anything that the hive mind was supplying to him. He was just only eating canned dog food, not even, you know, and he wouldn't touch anything that was sort of provided by them, because who knows, it could be contaminated. And as we saw this episode, what they're doing with sort of that liquid, that oily liquid that they're consuming in the milk cartons, that's why that guy wasn't having any of it. Maybe they're trying to turn Carol, or that's a way of potentially, you know, dragging her to the hive mind, or, you know, the others to the hive mind by contaminating the food slowly, and, you know, doing experiments on it. Who knows? I'm just, you know, my thoughts are going crazy. But yeah, I cannot wait to find out what Carol discovered next week, you know, in the factory right there. But my guess, underneath that sort of plastic right there is something human, maybe human bones. And yeah, I guess we'll find out. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. It's been Elie Moses. Take care. God bless. Peace.